This is the brand new E1 camera from Aqara. It has HomeKit Secure video, so it saves clips directly to the Home app using iCloud. You don't have to pay for another subscription. It's actually a 2K pan and tilt camera, plus it uses Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. It even has a micro SD card slot so you can save video clips directly onto the camera. Unfortunately, several of those features are only available in the Aqara app and not surfaced in the HomeKit app, but we'll get to that in a second. In the box, you get the Aqara E1, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and no charging brick. Now, HomeKit devices can be the worst offenders at this. Most of them have micro USB, which is inexcusable in 2023, almost 2024. So kudos to Aqara for having USB-C on this, but to have then USB-A on the other side and no brick in the box, it's becoming more and more inconvenient. I actually didn't have any USB-A bricks around, so kind of had to commandeer one from one of my kids. After that, pairing it with the Aqara app and or the HomeKit app, it has a HomeKit tag right on the camera so you can add it quickly, and like many of my other Aqara products, is pretty solid. I did have this camera drop out a couple times in the last couple of weeks as I've been testing it, but it always reconnected and it wasn't for long stretches of time. Now the E1 is 2K resolution and can pan and tilt 360 degrees, but there is a big asterisk if you want to use this with the Apple Home app and HomeKit Secure video. I was using it inside for a while and then moved it out onto the patio, which it's not intended for outdoor use, but it's under an overhang and it's been doing well for the past week, and I actually like it out there because I can pan across the pool and make sure everything's good out there. It's equipped with night vision so it can see great even in the dark. It also has a 101 degree viewing angle, so you see pretty wide wherever the camera is set. Now, if you're like me, you're probably going to be using this in the Home app exclusively, and there you don't get some of the features such as 2K and the pan and tilt. This is the Aqara E1 camera right here on my patio. And as you can see, I can talk back. It does have two-way audio, and I can go back and see recordings from out there on the patio as well. So HSV is working great. I can even jump into the settings for this camera. I have the usual controls for like activity notifications. You can choose specific motion and a new iOS 17 feature as you can toggle on and off for unknown people or unknown faces, whether or not they are detected, get the alerts for those. Also, being a camera, there's actually a motion detector built in, so you can actually surface that motion sensor and use it in automations across the Home app. Like with any HSV camera, you have stream and allow recording. You can choose when it records, who has access to those recordings, and it does all the facial recognition that HomeKit Secure video cameras do as well. You can also do activity zones. You can draw specific areas in the viewing angle. Then you can exclude that area from activity notifications or just include that area. You can tap invert zone to do that. Now there's two big caveats to using a 2K pan and tilt camera with HomeKit Secure video. Number one, HomeKit Secure video only supports up to 1080p right now. So you're not going to get the 2K video recordings in the Home app or in the live stream. You have to go to the Aqara app for that. Also, there is no way to do the pan and tilt here in the Home app. Apple's Home app doesn't support pan and tilt controls, and so you have to go to the Aqara app to use that. Being a major feature of this camera, it's unfortunate you can't do it, but it's not Aqara's fault. That's on just Apple's home controls and HomeKit Secure video. Now, if we go to this camera in the Aqara app, then we have a lot more options. This is the camera view here in the Aqara app, and now we have the pan and tilt controls right here in the app. You can move it around. Again, it has 360 degree viewing, and then you can go up to 2K resolution, which is that 1296p. Now, the nice thing here is you can actually save positions once you have the pan and tilt camera in place. There's some default positions like leftmost or rightmost, but here I can place it exactly where I want with the pool in view, hit the plus button, and then name this position. Let's call this pool view. Now, wherever I move the pan and tilt camera, I can always jump back to this exact position. So let's move it to the right a little bit. You can see the responsiveness here. And then if I want to go back to my predefined position, I can just tap pool view and it'll automatically snap back to where I set it. Pretty cool. You don't get this in the Home app, but you also have human tracking here in the Aqara app. This will actually follow someone who is in the camera view if they're walking by, doing the pan and tilt automatically. It's pretty cool. Again, only here in the Aqara app. I did turn on the human tracking and had my daughter walk back and forth on the patio. It does pretty well. It does have to see the face of the person for it to start tracking, and I did turn on the little frame for when it recognizes a human, and that little red square is what you see there. It can track okay. Again, it's not super fast, but it will follow someone, especially if they're walking at a semi-slow to reasonable pace. And as I mentioned before, this does have Wi-Fi 6, one of the newer standards than other smart home devices, and that probably helps with the connectivity because I've not seen as many drops as with my other cameras like the Logitech Circle View. Again, I can record some clips here directly in the Aqara app. It's actually saved directly to the Photos app on my iPhone, and I can see that video clip here. You can also take still photos by clicking the camera icon, and there's also a privacy mode. By clicking the eye, it turns off the camera completely. Now this is not being used and no one can see through it no matter what. And you can choose to wake up the camera, it'll exit privacy mode, and now you have the option again. It actually rotates all the way back and down. This way it's not just a digital privacy mode, it actually hides the lens completely. Now here I can jump into the settings for the camera. Again, this is directly in the Aqara app. You can actually set a custom home position. This way if there's ever a power outage or lose connectivity, this will actually be exactly where it goes back to once it reactivates. Also, because you can mount this camera on the wall or ceiling, you can choose the orientation. Really helpful if you want it out of the way, mount it to the ceiling. I leave the night vision on auto. You can add timestamps to the recorded clips. If it detects a human, you could say mark it with a frame. That's kind of cool. And you can also choose to keep videos muted even when they're recorded. It's a nice privacy option. You can also choose to put it in a sleep mode every day so it won't record during set hours. You can set the overall volume for the device. There actually is a time-lapse mode, which will record a time-lapse video, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, you have the SD card settings here as well. And then here you can actually set up notifications for human or motion detection directly from Aqara. This will send you notifications from the Aqara app separately from the Home app. Again, really cool and robust features here in the Aqara app, but as I mentioned before, many of those are not available directly in the Home app. If you've worked with HomeKit Secure video cameras in the past, you get pretty much those features and no more. If you want to pan and tilt, you have to go over to the Aqara app, and then you can go back to Home app and you'll see the new position there. If you do insert a micro SD card, it will record clips directly to that card, even if you're not going into the Aqara app over and over. So if you want those 2K video files or the time-lapse file, go ahead and put a micro SD card in the camera and then you'll be good to go. Overall, this is a solid HomeKit Secure video camera, and it's nice to have a pan and tilt option even if you do have to control that from the Aqara app. I'd tell you the price, but as I'm recording this video, I actually don't know the price. It's not on Amazon, it's not on Aqara's website right now, so I'll put a link to Amazon to get the E1 camera down in the video description. We can discover the price together once this video goes live. I will say I have multiple Logitech Circle View cameras and an Eve outdoor camera. I really like them, but connectivity on the Logitech Circle View cameras are a little spotty. My Logitech Circle View doorbell camera is actually rock solid, never have issues with that, but these Circle cameras standalone, those can be a little flaky. The Aqara E1 has definitely been less flaky than those, and if you want a good indoor option, something you can move around with a wide field of view and 2K option, at least if you're recording to that local micro SD card, this is a good one to go with. If you have any questions about the Aqara E1, leave a comment below this video and subscribe to the channel because I do have a full smart home tour coming up. It's been almost a year since my last tour and I have lots of devices I've added like smart shades, the Eve Aqua on my garden hose, new smart locks from Yale and one from Aqara like the U100. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to see my top 10 home automations, check out this video above. Or if you want to get into some shortcuts automations, stuff that works on your iPhone and that are super easy to set up, I have a new video right here, all on Shortcuts Automations 101. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.